Right, hello everybody. Today we're going to be playing a prowess, lower to the ground, more red focused version of Phoenix. I already uploaded two VODs with a more classical thing in the ice style of this deck in Pioneer, but today we're going to be trying this. I think it was first started off by Ryan over Turf, but doesn't really play all that much Pioneer anymore. He played like a Grixis thing and a one Phoenix thing, but I don't think he's tried this one again. But I'm going to keep trying it out and see if the addition of Stormwing Entity makes it good enough. I'm sticking with the two Stormwing Entities that we had in our Classic Bros. But anyway, I'll run through the deck tech real quick, mostly just highlighting the differences between what would be the previous versions. And then we can get into a league. All right. So first off, we're playing 4 Crash Throw, and we're also playing, of course, our Prowess creatures. This makes us more low to the ground. We're less just trying to accrue a lot of value off of Arclight Phoenix and play one threat and be able to use it to win the game, but we're using like Monasteries to Spears and Soulscar Mages to beat down. We also have less major payoff engine cards. So in this version of the deck, there was also 2 Finale of Promises. There was also this Tome Scour package to be able to really power out those engine cards, and we care a lot less about that. So we're less card advantage focused, and we're more just damage. We're just damage focused. We also have a minor discard package here, just because of how powerful Fiery Temper is in here. It triggers Prowess and is able to just deal 3 damage, and dealing damage, especially to the face, is a little bit more preferred here. So we're going to prefer the discard package over the self-mill package. Anyway, we also are playing 3 Wild Slash instead of and then not going down any of what we did for those Wild Slashes in this previous version of the deck, and I think that was like a Blitz and a Lightning Axe that we cut for that. We're also on 1 less land. And then of course we have the classic Arclight Phoenix, Strategic Landing as a charm, opt to be able to, have our major game plan of just using Arclight Phoenix. In the sideboard, we have 4 copies of Mystical Dispute. I'm still not certain this is correct, but with the prevalence of some blue decks in the meta, I think that it's really good. It's really good to have, and generally, if we're able to use it on our turn, it's still pretty good. Aether Gust is just really good against green or some red aggro decks. Some of them, it's a tempo loss, and this is majorly a tempo card, but if you can do it on a bigger red deck, it's still really powerful. Then we have 4 Young Pyromancers in case we want to play more of a controlling value-oriented plan. We don't have our engine cards, but Young Pyromancer acts as kind of an engine and a threat. So we're able to use him. The reason we don't play Thing in the Ice, which I'd argue is the slightly more powerful card, is just because it bounces our prowess creatures. Usually it's not that much of a concern if you're like flipping Thing in the Ice and your entire deck is built around a slower game plan, and it like bounces your Arclight Phoenixes back to your hand, and usually the timing restriction doesn't even prevent that, but we have like 8 copies of cards that actively do not want to be bounced back to our hands. And then we have 3 Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. This is really good against any kind of Planeswalker based deck, any kind of large creature based deck, or anything that doesn't like its things being exiled. I've been actually liking this against Monograin. And then Blazing Volley is really good against anything that plays X1s. So we're able to actually get through those really easily. I think the Blazing Volley is just amazing against like elf decks, because if they overplay their hand and don't expect you to have a Blazing Volley, you can usually fire one off and sweep their board, which is really nice to be able to do. So that's the whole deck. I'm gonna jump into a league with it. Not a standard league. I don't play bad formats. Just kidding. I actually don't think it's in the standards in the worst spot right now. Right. Also, new thing. I have an actual green screen now. I used to just use background replacement, and it looked really fuzzy and honestly kind of bad. But I have moved to a new place in my house, so we have this. I can't exactly show you the green screen because that's the entire point, but still. Alright, our match is ready, and we'll go ahead and join. Opponent doesn't want to do the same thing. Like always, I think they're just scared of facing me. They don't want the phoenixes to get them. I'm also wanting to try out a few other prowess variants in Pioneer. I know it's not as fast as it is in other formats, but still. On the play, this is a really risky keep. I want to stress test the deck as much as possible, so I'm going to keep it. But just be advised, you probably shouldn't do that. The chances that we actually draw the land that we need are a little low, but you know, we can work on 1 lands. You know, it's okay. So we'll begin with a Monastery of Swiftspear and attack with said Monastery of Swiftspear. Now, if this was like a 1-lander that had a cantrip in it, I would be a lot less sad about keeping it. Ooh, is that a Fatal Push? No, it's a Llanowar Elves. Okay, I think we are going to Lightning Axe that, like pitch an Arclight Phoenix. Because I don't think they're ever going to let it die. That is a really good draw. So yeah, we need to kill Llanowar Elves, or else they're gonna start ramping really quickly. We could IZZET Charm it to be able to like save our Lightning Axe for a bigger target. And I actually really like that plan. It's more mana efficient, and we already have a discard outlet in Lightning Axe. And being mana efficient is pretty good, as they will say in Magic the Gathering. Alright, yeah, we'll just charm the elf. And attack for 2. Now, generally, we're not going to be too worried about hitting land drops. Running on 2, at least for right now, is perfectly fine, especially because we've already hit a Monastery of Swiftspear to the board. Llanowar Waves? Huh, I haven't seen Citadel play that. Usually they would have played a red land by now. Interesting. They passed turn. Maybe they drew a Fatal Push? Either way, we have no targets for Lightning Axe and not even the land to play something like Storming Entity, so I think we're going to go ahead and Strategic Planning. This is probably my favorite Strategic Planning art. I'm going to see if I can request that when I get decks again. Heartless Act. Yeah, I think we're fine with that. So now we're going to transition more toward an Arclight Phoenix plan rather than the whole Prowess Creature plan. Sulphur Falls is the safe pick here, and seeing as though our hand is like Lightning Axe, Arclight Phoenix, Storming Entity, and Treasure Cruise, I think we want to play safe, play a little slower. Wild Slash is also pretty good. The fact that we can't play Soulscar Mage this turn is what makes me not take it. If I had an untapped land, I would take Soulscar Mage here. But it's between Wild Slash and Sulphur Falls, and based on the context of our hand, I think Sulphur Falls is the pretty obvious pick. We'll play that for turn and pass the turn. So we're at 5 cards in the yard. We need 7 really to turn on Treasure Cruise. I'm usually pretty unhappy, at least when our goal is rezzing Phoenixes, casting Treasure Cruise for would be 2. But the versions of like, what is it, Junsack that, okay, so maybe this is like Stompy? Okay, well that's an Elvish Mystic, so I don't think it's Citadel now. Don't think we're going to be too upset about throwing away cards, because our goal is mostly to get to the point where we can like Treasure Cruise, and our hand is in a really good spot to where we can res a Phoenix and get Treasure Cruise online. However, what I worry about is not actually like that not being enough. Just one Arclight Phoenix is probably not going to be good enough. So I think either what we're going to do here is Lightning Axe, probably the Elvish Mystic, since we largely don't care about the Scrappy Scrounger, and they can bring it back anyway. And then technically, or we could Crash Through, but I think that's better later when we're trying to res a Phoenix. Although I think it's probably the same, because our goal is to turn on Storming Entity with this play, so I think Lightning Axe is most immediately better, and they cost the same amount of mana, so I think we'll do this. They seem to be an elves or mono green stompy, or not mono green, but Golgari stompy deck. Although elves would never play this, so I think it is just Golgari stompy. In that case, we need to keep in mind Soulscar Mage is an extremely powerful card later. It being able to put -1/-1 counters on things is really important when they start bringing out their big things, like Rotting Regisaur, Questing BZ, stuff like that. Now we will play Storming Entity. We'll Scry 2, which is really good here. Largely, we're okay with drawing maybe one more land. I think 4 lands is the sweet spot for this deck. Cantrips are absolutely fine. We already have a prowess creature. They've already used a removal spell and are generally an aggressive deck. And we have an Arclight Phoenix coming back soon. I think we don't want too many just cantrips because it's mostly just like air in the deck, but I think keeping one on top, the better one, which is Opt, is absolutely fine right here. Crash Through it's better when you have things that you actually care about trampling over. But here we don't. Alright, so this is definitely not Citadel, but I still think our plays earlier were fine because I was usually just playing against like an aggressive deck, which both Citadel and Stompy are. We'll let 3 damage through, not much of a problem. I think it's going to be more of the heavy hitters that we're going to be worried about. Heart's Desire. So this even more cements this as a Stompy deck. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about removal and we can have a pretty big turn. Alright, let's draw. I know this is going to be an Opt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's use an Opt first before treasure cruising. And we're going to always yield to this, because we're going to get a lot of those treasure cruises, or no, prowess triggers shortly. My mind's stuck on treasure cruise, yikes. We will want another lightning axe so that we can deal with Lovestruck Beast, but it's not too high of a priority right now. It's just a 5/5, our life total's mostly healthy, and in a pinch we can use our birds as blockers. Okay. I mean, I'm not I'm not complaining when the card I asked for is right on top. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our high roll here is treasure cruising and then hitting a Phoenix and in whatever we draw. Opponent's hanging on this for a bet. We'll draw our 3 cards. It's not bad per se, just not like good. Let's just play our Shivan Reef and probably Lightning Axe, pitch Spire Bluff, because Spire Bluff always comes in topped and we don't need any more lands. Let's kill that, discard this. We have enough to bring back our bird. And we can Soulscar Mage post-combat. Just gotta remember to. And we'll crack in for 9 here. We do have to be aware that they're likely playing like Fatal or like Thoughtseize in the board. I'm not exactly certain they're gonna actually board that in versus us, but we still have to be like aware that they'll have it. Anyway, unless they can muster up some like good hasty damage or a board wipe, which I don't think Golgari Stompy has either of those. I think this is game, set, and match. Cool, or not end match, but hopefully match later. This seems to be a deck that Blazing Volley is at least okay against. I also usually like the Young Pyromancer plan, not for when like we are the control player in the matchup, but for when we have to go a little bit slower. I don't think it's exactly a controlling card. It's like better when we're playing against control and are forced to not just be as trigger happy because of their board wipes and spot removal and that kind of stuff. It's a card that makes spot removal worse, and generally there's less of an emphasis on that in a Golgari Stompy type deck, and I think that they well, no, they're gonna keep Fatal Push in because they've seen our prowess creatures. Question is our prowess creatures good? Because we could easily do something like board in this. So this is 6 here. We board in like this, and then we take our prowess creatures out just entirely, keeping only Storming Entity, and now we have Young Pyromancers and an extra threat. Actually, I kind of like this, except for the fact that Soulscar Mage is so good against them. Specifically being a Stompy deck. If it were something like Red Aggro, I might actually consider something like this. But I think I'm just gonna do this. I think Crash Through is still pretty good. Wonder what I want to take out. Maybe an IZZET Charm, and because of that, a Fiery Temper. Trim a Strategic Planning, as little as I want to do that, and we still kind of have to here. Lightning Axe is really good. Wild Slash is really good. Maybe we take out the Blitzes. And then we only have to trim one more card. Because I don't think Blitz is good in the sideboard over a lot of what we already have. I don't think Fiery Temper has all that many targets, so I think I'm going to board the second one out. We will be in the draw here. So we're going to be a little less explosive. This is a 2 Treasure Cruise hand, but it has a Crash Throw, and we're on the draw. I'll keep it. Generally, 1 Treasure Cruise is the sweet spot. Leyline of the Void, that's annoying. I'm just not sure how much we actually care. Yeah, that does completely invalidate 2 of our cards. Right, Elvish Mystic. The question is what's the worst they can do with that, but also, yeah, I don't think we have to feel that bad about, like, just Wild Slashing that, knowing that we have Monastery Spear for later. At least we know that we can only draw 1 more, Treasure Cruise, at the very worst. Mutavault, okay. Shadow Spear is actually pretty annoying. They seem to have a lot of good things in the sideboard against us. But I think we should too. Let's just hope we draw it, but hey, we have more draw than them, so they've already hit their stuff and we've just yet to draw ours, right? That's how that works. At least I assume Shadow Spear is a sideboard card. It's something that you want to like board in against more aggressive decks just because it's able to give a lifelink. Now, the worst thing that could happen is we play a Monastery Sphere, Crash Through, then in response they Fatal Push. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. Ooh, Blazing Volley. That'll be useful later. Blazing Volley plus Soulscar Mage is also a pretty good combination. I'm gonna put a few -1/-1 counters on all your creatures. Get wrecked. I just unironically said get wrecked. Hopefully they're just like little slow to respond and not holding up a Fatal Push and asking whether or not they should use it, because if their answer is yes, then that would kind of suck. Yeah, we're just waiting for them here. What else could I talk about while we wait for them to play? Oh, never mind. We can just go ahead and attack with our 2/3. Right. Damage gets through. That doesn't mean that they don't have a fatal push, but likely means that they just didn't, at the very least, didn't use it. Like Soulscar Mage is a good draw here, just because of Blazing Volley. If they play into the Blazing Volley, that's also pretty good. Well, it's an Arclight Phoenix. It's something we're gonna have to hardcast, but I'm not always that upset just hardcasting Arclight Phoenix. That's strategic planning, though. Fatal push time. Heartless Act. Okay. Oh, I think Lightning Axe is the best thing here. It's just gonna pitch one of these treasure cruises because we just don't care about them. Now we're just trying to draw a threat. We could like hardcast Arclight Phoenix next turn, assuming we draw a land. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, looks like they're attacking with Mutavault. I could definitely just Lightning Axe the Mutavault. And the fact that Shadow Spear is getting put on it makes me really want to. I'm not all that upset about using Lightning Axe really aggressively, just because I can pitch Treasure Cruise. Let's see what we draw. We only have 2 relevant cards in hand, so it's kind of a bummer. Even then, they aren't that relevant right now. I think land is a pretty good draw. Blazing Volley can be, but don't exactly think 2 Blazing Volleys helps us all that much, again, unless we have Soulscar Mage. Right, I play Overgrown Tomb tapped and pass the turn. Cool. Okay, well, we'll strategic planning. I think I'm fine taking an opt here. I don't know. I guess it smooths out our draws, and I'm just, like, I wasn't all that interested in either of those 2 cards, because some of the worst threats that they could play right now aren't even green. It was stuff like Rotting Regisar that I'm really scared of. Really, I just need to draw answers to whatever they're gonna play. Like, yeah, that needs to be Lightning Axed very soon. That thing's terrifying. Let's just opt right now. Actually, kind of just okay with drawing Steam Vents. It allows us to play Arclight Phoenix, start racing. Okay, that's cool. We're never gonna be blocking Steel Leaf Champion just because it's just a chump block, but I think we generally have more answers in our deck, or we only have 3, and I'm not exactly certain how many Heartless Acts they play, so time's only really gonna tell if that's true or not. They say land. So, because a lot of the what like would be considered air in our deck is oh yeah, that lifelink makes it really difficult to race. Well, it is cantrips. I think we'll hit answers before them, at least hopefully, unless they pump up the Steel Leaf Champion even more. Ronus. Okay. That means we're dead next turn unless we get a Lightning Axe. So let's hope we do. Okay, cool. Okay. That's a bit of a relief. Just a tiny bit. Discard this useless treasure cruise. Who needs cards like that? I guess kind of like there's at least a little bit of a worry that they have a like 4 power creature on top, but don't exactly think we can play around that. And chumping with Arclight Phoenix is not what we want to do when it's the only threat we have on board. And so we're gonna use these Blazing Volleys very liberally if they... Yeah, so we're definitely going to Actually, no, we can't Blazing Volley that. Yikes. I can now attack with Ronas. Alright, that's pretty good. Soulscar Mage could be helpful. Not exactly sure what else could be. And they equip Shadow Spear, attack with Shadow. Yeah, let's just concede. Would have hit IZZET Charm. Yeah, that wouldn't have helped all that much. So what do we want to? Is there anything we want to bring in on the play? I don't really think so. I think Young Pyromancer actually, the Young Pyromancer plan probably was pretty good on the draw. I don't know. For non-meta decks, it's hard to actually gauge how much removal they have. So you don't know exactly what to do there. This is a keep, especially in the play. Usually we want 2 threats, but this has like 3 lands, 2 cantrip. Ooh, double Leyline of the Void. At least it doesn't invalidate 2 cards in our hand this time, and our entire hand just doesn't care about it, so not complaining all that much. Let's just do a Soulscar Mage. Then Wild Slash the elf that they're about to play. Maybe they don't have an elf and we can just crash though. Not really complaining either way. Yeah, okay, yeah, you play an elf, we'll definitely deal with that one. Oh, wow, okay. Monastery Sphere. Slash your elf. Prowess. Prowess. So this is what the deck's supposed to do. I almost feel like a lot of the time, from my previous playtestings with this, the Arclight Phoenix plan is backup sometimes. And you could just be playing better cards and just like be more effective at triggering Prowess, or just do the Arclight Phoenix thing, but like they have so much overlap anyway that I'm not exactly certain that one is better than the other. Alright. Land isn't that good. Let's crash through though. They only have 1 target for that Scavenging Ooze. Oh, cool. No more Scoos. Bye bye. Maybe we shouldn't be using these Wild Slashes so liberally. I don't know. Let's just try to kill him before we have to worry about it. Prowess, Prowess. Draw a card. Okay. Let's hope we get some more gas. But, you know, usually we do. This is the worry when you play Arclight Phoenix or just any kind of like prowess-based deck. You get flooded way too easily if you don't kill quick enough. Ronus? Isn't that just a dead card right now? They still have that Shadow Spear. Drawing them cards. Let's wait on using that. It's not like we're constrained on mana. We can use it to make their blocks a little wonky. But the fact that they played out Ronus means that they likely have like another 4-power creature. Hopefully it's exactly 4 power so that we can do a funny Blazing Volley. But maybe it won't be, and then we'll be a little bit more upset. Okay, we can definitely Blazing Volley that. And they only have 1 other card in hand, so it's pretty good. They can't activate Hash Up Oasis, so we don't have to be worried about it. Ooh, so we can Blazing Volley, play Arclight Phoenix, kill them? Because they're effectively at 4. This represents 2 damage. Yeah. Because a lot of the time, the burn in this format seems like it's not good enough to. Okay, cool. We win the match. The burn in the format seems like it's not good enough to power an entire prowess-based deck, and it feels like it falls off a little too quickly. But having Arclight Phoenix means that you have like a recursive threat that's better in the mid-game, so even after your prowess creatures have fallen off, you've done enough damage early. And I also feel like a lot of the time Arclight Phoenix isn't explosive enough, and it's not able to do exactly what you want it to do. But Sunbridge 17? Oh, is that Lydia in the chat? Let's see. I'm not sure if we want to keep this. Um, has no one turn 1 play? And we're doing things on turn 3? I think we need to be a bit more explosive. Ooh, this is explosive. I like this. Let's see. We'll play Swift Spear and attack with said Swift Spear. People don't know this is somebody I actually know, at least online. Steam vents pass the turn. Interesting. Well, there's some kind of 80 card deck. Let's start off with an opt. Maybe we should be conserving our spells so that we can bring back a Phoenix, but I don't know. Should I play out that Soulscar Mage? Yeah, let's do it. It's not like Sweepers ever cost 2 mana. We got some burn in hand. Should help us. Let's see. What happens here is they're like, oh, is this just some like this is just some prowess deck. We don't have to be all that worried. Oh, it's a Luca. Okay. Can you not make a wall? That'd be annoying. Or that'd be cool if you didn't do that. Planes entered the revealed cards zone. Okay. I don't think we're ever gonna have targets for Wild Slash. Maybe there's like the wall, but I think generally we just want to point those at the face. I don't think we want to use it now though, because maybe we want to use it later for like Arclight Phoenix things. Just play Steam Vents tapped. Or if we draw a land, we can just play Arclight Phoenix. I think the Wild Slash is probably, or just the one Wild Slash is probably the best line of play here. I don't know. Maybe we should be squeezing out as much damage as possible, but I also like the idea of conserving spells so that we can try to hit that Phoenix. Yeah, this is... don't do that. They bounce Soulscar Mage. Alright, Crush Through is pretty good. Don't generally think we want to play it. I do like the idea of getting rid of tokens so that they can't do the Luca plan. Maybe we Crash Through. I actually think we should wait on doing anything like that, because I was thinking maybe we could like Crash Through and then like Wild Slash the wall, so that we can get through real easy. But I just don't like that plan. Because I can't ever bring back a Phoenix if we're doing that. I think maybe we just want to conserve these spells for later. Gaining 2 life is real annoying. She always talked about how much she actually liked playing this deck in Standard, so not all that surprised she's playing it in Pioneer. Yikes, Fires of Invention. Narset? That's actually really annoying. Oh no, am I getting sniped? Does she know? Probably not. Okay, that's a Scry 1 right now. That's cool. Maybe we just want to attack Narset as much as possible. It seems like a pretty okay idea. Teferi also scares me, but we could like Wild Slash Narset, attack Narset, make our spells actually do things. We could also trust that she's going to activate Narset again, but then like then she can just Luca Transmograph, and then we're also not in a good spot either. I think we just want to favor speed. I think this is the speediest thing that we can do. Doot, doot. Now one of them will definitely get through. Seems like it's a pretty tough matchup for us, just because of all the defenders they're gonna be able to play, stuff like that. Youch. Now we have to completely fall back on. Oh yeah, let's. Okay, cool. We'll go to the next game. What do we want to bring in? Probably these. Probably these two. What do we take out? Maybe Soulscar Mages. Since we're bringing in threats to be able to replace them. They're generally not a deck that Wild Slash is all that good against, and I'll trim the 4th Lightning Axe since that doesn't have all that many targets. This does make me worry a little bit about how we're going to discard Arclight Phoenix, just because very rarely are we going to have targets for Lightning Axe, but they have tokens and we still have Izzet Charm, so we have some things that we can do. We'll be on the play again at least, but now they have Hate. This has no threats, but it has an Izzet Charm, which means like turn 4 Arclight Phoenix. And then we can Sculptor draw really well. I think I'm gonna keep this. All it needs is land, and then it has a pretty good plan going on. So we'll Shiv and Reef and pass the turn, plan to opt in their end step. Alright, let's just opt. Shoot. Don't think we want the second Izzet Charm, I think we prefer lands over thoughts. Shiv and Reef is pretty useful. We can plan. No, I was gonna say that we could plan to like Izzet Charm on their end step. I actually think I like Crash Throwing, since the upside of like hitting a house creature off of it is pretty nice. I don't think we're gonna use the other Crash Through though. Now we have which I was gonna say we have enough lands to bring back Arclight Phoenix on curve, but can't do it next turn. Does this Birtham lead us? Yeah. We'll draw a card. Demons isn't that bad. I think we can Crash Through. Trust that we'll hit a 1-mana spell off of Izzet Charm. Maybe if we hit like... Okay, Lightning Axe isn't that bad. Because we can just use that to hit the wall. If we draw another Arclight Phoenix, then that'll be pretty nice. Sets us up really well for treasure cruising later, refreshing our hands. It's the wall that we're likely just gonna kill. They likely have counter magic now. So let's Lightning Axe. Oh. Family's just doing weird things in the background. Whatever. I think I don't know how to approach this turn actually. Because I know the plan is to play around their counter spells that they're obviously holding up. But the only thing that they'd counter spells like Izzet Charm. I think we just Lightning Axe, and then no, I think we laid on the Izzet Charm. That makes the most sense, yeah. Let's just do blue, red. Okay, it does resolve, which is really nice. So we'll discard, and then I guess discard the Steam Vent since the Sulfur Falls is coming in untapped. I think we'll wait on this. No, let's just play Storming Entity. Yeah, Storming Entity. No, we're playing around Counter Magic, I forgot. Let's just do this, discard this. Madness is on the stack. Because just the downside of playing Storming Entity and just running right into Counter Magic and then not actually doing anything with our turn seems pretty bad. It was Omen of the Sun? Okay, maybe it was Omen of the Sun and Counter Magic? I don't know. All I know is that I definitely was playing around Counter Magic. Is this 3 mana to Fairy? Oh my god, I hate that card so much. Whatever, I'm fine. Everything's gonna be fine. What I'm worried about here is like a Luca. Just not sure how much I can do about a Luca. I'm thinking I probably want to play Storming Entity first. Let's just start off by cruising though. Alright, that's a Mystical Dispute. So we can like play Storming Entity, hold up Mystical Dispute. Except we can't hold up Mystical Dispute because of 3 mana to Fairy. Alright. Maybe we just have to trust they won't have a Luca. Not sure how much more we can do. Yeah? Because we... no, we can't Lightning Axe, Arclight Phoenix to kill Teferi and then hold up Lightning Axe, because then we don't have one. Yeah. This is the highest upside play, and we can't really play around any of our downside plays. That makes sense. I think Monastery's Despair is a really great draw, and Strategic Planning is not, since we already have Opt. So let's play this tapped and pass. They have Luca. Good job, Lydia. You did it. They'll steal like Stormwing Entity, which is pretty annoying. Okay, this looks like Luca to me. Oh, it's not. That's interesting. They're probably holding up Anger of the Gods. So we don't want to play a Monastery Despair. We want to make them play it first. So we'll lead off with an Opt to get it out of them. Treasure Cruise is not very good. We need to keep cards flowing. Right. Now Storming Entity is outside of Anger of the Gods range, so we can play like Monastery, Swift Spear, Strategic Planning, Lightning Axe, Pitch Phoenix. In this case, we don't need any extra cards to power out this Phoenix, so we're in a mostly good spot. Okay, let's grab Strategic Planning, let's discard a card, doot, doot, doot. Sadly, this Monastery Spirit doesn't have Trample. And, oh, wait, no, this is Supreme Verdict, isn't it? I'm about to get verdicted, aren't I? Let's just attack like this and wait for the verdict. Well, they declare blockers. Okay, that's not Supreme Verdict. In fact, it's nothing at all. Even better than a Supreme Verdict. It's an Omen of the Sea, and now a Luca isn't even that good.
I didn't know your face that way.
Can you not? pretty desperately scrying for some answers here. Anger of the Gods would really hurt. No, don't do it. Lydia! Okay. Yep. Hey, at least we have Arclight Phoenix. Arclight Phoenix does funny things. Like, come back from the graveyard. We have Mystical Dispute Protection here. I don't think playing Young Pyromancer advances our clock anymore. So that's pretty good. Actually, we don't even have to care about Mystical Dispute because Fires of Invention is preventing her from doing that. So if we play Monastery Swiss Spear, it changes things. Oh my god, is somebody coming back down? Let me see. So if I play Monastery Swiss Spear, that means that if I don't hit a land, I will have to chain 1 mana spell, 1 mana spell, 2 mana spell to bring back birds. It also means that I just kill her. But if I do hit a land, I can chain like 2 mana. I don't know. This only needs 2 prowess triggers to kill, so maybe we strategic planning first to figure out what we're doing, and then we'll Monastery Swiss Spear. Now I actually don't have what I need to be able to kill either way. Yeah, that sucks. I think we'll grab Lightning Axe. And then play Monastery Swiss Spear. Attack for 1. So we didn't hit another cantrip, sadly. Just play Young Pyromancer. And pass the turn. Womp womp. Let's see what Broken Things as Fires of Invention can do. That's pretty good. Okay. At least we can play against a Luca with the Lightning Axe in our hands. They're cracking. No, they're Yorion. Not Yorioning yet, but yeah. Just assume she will be soon. Let's crash through. Maybe try to bring these birds back. That's not gonna do it unless I Lightning Axe, Mystical Dispute my own Lightning Axe. It's that or yeah, I'm not sure what else. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing that we can do. Except that we cannot Lightning Axe because we don't have a card to discard. Yeah, it sucks. It's a really interesting game now, though. This Yorion is gonna be real annoying. Get hit for 2. There's the... What is Yorion? It's like a bird serpent. That's cool. It's like an ancient dragon or something. I mean, like Chinese kind of dragon. Alright, that is value, which is pretty good. It's not like I can Mystical Dispute Yorion, though. Yeah, let's keep Lightning Axe in hand. And we Lightning Axe Yorion. I think we're just looking for a like treasure cruise so that we can do some broken Arclight Phoenix things. So let's just do this now. Protect them against counter magic they might have that they can actually use during their turn. We're just dead in 2 turns though, so that isn't the best. Okay, Cycle Ragaran. Crack Omen of the Sun. What else is happening here? Alright, take 4. And yeah, we'll need a pretty insane draw to still win, but I know that we still can. Because actually, yeah, we're not under the clock I thought we were. Yeah, that definitely helps, because that completely changes our clock. And digs for more cards. This is like anger. Omen of the Sun isn't that bad. Oh, they're gaining life. I need to deal with... Oh, yeah, and so we are just dead next turn, and I don't think there's any way we can kill. Even with Treasure Cruise. Yep, that's the game. Alright, cool. Let's queue up for another. One has been found, so let's join. Cool, we'll play. Yeah, this is a perfectly keepable hand. It's got 2 threats, one early, one a little bit later, and has a bunch of cantrips. Generally, we would prefer one of those cantrips be like an answer, but it's really not that big of a deal, especially if we do something like opt into that, because I think I'm mostly just worried about like elves and things like that. Okay, well, we don't have to be worried about elves here. I think we have to be mostly just worried about speed. I think we're gonna probably slow roll that storming entity as much as possible. Let's start up with an opt. Or no, we probably should have strategic planning. Save those 1-mana spells for bringing back birds. I think I'm just okay with this. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to crash though. I'm not gonna double down on my mistake there. I should have just strategic planning. After shocking in the steam vents. Yeah, this is blue-white. We have to worry about Azorius Charm now. Because it charms pretty good. Let's attack with Soulscry Mage, and then it'll get Azorius charmed. And then they pretty much just need like 3 mana to ferry to deal with our storming entity. And even if they do, still pretty good for us. Okay, well the attack went through. I think mostly we're just looking for like an Arclight Phoenix, so we can steam vents and then like crash through storming entity. We could strategic planning, and then I don't see why we'd ever do that. So yeah, let's start with the crash though. Another crash through is pretty good, and then let's play storming entity. Even if they do have 3 mana to ferry now, they can only bounce one of our things. Let's just say they do have like Censor, which would be pretty annoying, but they didn't. I think I like having a Monastery Swift Spear and also a Treasure Cruise. I know that I will always want that Monastery Swift Spear just because like they're gonna have removal for our threats, so I want to just be able to have that to actually be able to win the game. They cycle neutralize. Not sure how good of an idea that was. One thing that is really annoying is if they play 3 mana to ferry, and they do. Fiery Temper is now non-functional. So we could play Monastery Swift Spear strategic planning, and then we still have Storming Entity in case they have Supreme Verdict. So I'm pretty okay with just doing this. It also helps us accelerate birds quicker, which I think is our goal here, especially with what our hand looks like. Alright, yeah, pretty clear take us Treasure Cruise. Right. And if they don't have Supreme Verdict here, which they most likely do, but still, then we're in an extremely good spot. Yep, that's fine. least it'll power the treasure cruise. We could treasure cruise, and I actually really like that idea. It dodges a lot of what they could have, like counterspell wise later. This is probably one of our best cards, so let's use it when we can. I kind of like maybe crashing through. We could also strategic planning. I think the question is, do we expect to hit a bird off of strategic planning? If the answer is yes, I think we're always going to do it. And the fact that we haven't seen a bird yet, and the fact that we really need one, or do we need one to win the game, I also think is the question. Because otherwise we can just play Storming Entity. But I like playing Storming Entity on a turn where we also have access to IZZET Charm, so I like maybe playing that later. So let's strategic planning. Alright, we don't hit the Arclight Phoenix, which is a bit annoying. But maybe I should have taken the IZZET Charm there. Yeah, that would have made more sense. Thought I hadn't hit a land drop this turn, and playing top Spire Bluff Canal would have just been okay. Alright, I mean, we can deal with him. We just need to hit Arclight Phoenix. That's the name of the game here. We can also kill it with a combination of like Fiery Temper and a Shock type spell. I think we start off with an IZZET Charm, draw 2, discard 2. I mean, this isn't too bad. I think we discard like double Lightning Axe. That makes sense. Now we Monastery Swift Spear. Yeah, I think we Monastery Swift Spear, attack to Fairy. As soon as we can hit a bird, then we can actually just kind of start going off. I think we Treasure Cruise here. I was counting to make sure that we could. I think play Spire Bluff Canal is the thing to do here. Now, if they want to deal with Monastery Swift Spear next turn, they'll have to cash into Fairy completely. They opt. Took up to Fairy. Again, we're just not hitting any Phoenixes in the top 30. That sucks. Alright, so now they're likely just holding up a ton of counter spells. If we can answer here of Dominaria, though, we're set. Let's strategic planning. Maybe finally hit a bird. Although, starting to think that the strategic planning maybe won't resolve. The fact that the birds can come in and it's a trigger rather than an actual spell is really good. Yeah, I think we'll grab Chivalry for... No, Soulscar Mage would have been better there. Okay. I think playing Sulphur Falls, opting, and then Fiery Temper to Fairy is probably good. That's good for later. Force them to use an answer here on both Fiery Temper or not. They actually don't technically have to answer Fiery Temper, they just probably should. Otherwise, their Teferi still can't -3. They can't Supreme Verdict. All I really know is that we need to kill Teferi. Otherwise, we're in a real bad spot. So, double Azorius Charm would be pretty annoying here. Definitely can cast that. Yeah, they need double answer. What is this? Dig through time? Ooh, Shark Typhoon. Is that blocking Arclight Phoenix? No, it's not blocking anything, I'd guess. Alright, Monastery's Spear still kills Teferi. Although, this makes it a little bit more difficult to actually kill them. Uh-oh. Oh, that was why they just let it die? They have another one. Alright. Fair enough. Still need to be able to kill it, so let's try to find out how we're gonna do that. Seems like they're attacking for 4. Now that's probably the good idea, opponent. Wild Slash is actually really good. Normally it wouldn't be in this type of a situation, but actually, I'm not complaining all that much. I think we really need to heavily scry to get what we want, and we know that they don't have any like instant speed board wipes, because again, they don't exist. At least not at the not in this format at that mana cost. So we need to scry really badly, which means we're gonna first Wild Slash so that we can turn on Storming Entity. And play Storming Entity. Get that sweet scry too. We've cast an instant. Have we played a land this turn? I forget. Let me see. I have. Which means we cannot both Fiery Temper and Crash through this turn, which means we actually just want to bottom both of these. And then Crash through. Fingers crossed we hit a playable card. Or playable instant or sorcery, that is. Okay, that's definitely playable, and we will play it. Blue, red. Maybe we hit an Arclight Phoenix off of this. Zoomer going zoomies. Okay, Hattie. Thanks for stopping in the chat. We're playing another blue deck. You can begin your rant. Okay, we're playing against an even worse blue deck. You gotta realize. If we attack them, it's just not as good as attacking Hero of Dominaria. Blue deck is a blue deck. Whoa. That's kind of racist, Hattie. I'm not sure how cool I am with that. Racist against blues. Alright, at least Teferi is dead. The evil blue mage is... well, guess it's always the best, always the best thing to say when people call you out for being racist. Is, oh, I guess I'm racist then. We've used all 4 of our IZZET charms, which means this Lightning Axe is the only way that, actually don't call you that? Okay, I won't. Yeah, this Lightning Axe is the only way that we're ever gonna pitch any Arclight Phoenixes. And how many strategic plantings have we used? Yeah, it's an actual green screen. Yeah, it's cool. We've used like some amount of strategic plantings, which is like 3 exactly. Yeah, I can like probably put things behind it, like pictures and stuff. That'd be cool. Send a. Ooh, ouch. Oof. This means no targets for Lightning Axe either. Youch. Yeah, it's actually quality. Ooh, okay, that is a treasure cruise. Maybe that can get us back in this? Question mark. Ooh, let's just cast this. Yeah. Bird time, bird time. I mean, they're never gonna be more tapped out than they already are. Let's treasure cruise. A picture of your weird champ face. Send it again, if you don't mind. Wild slash you. Boink. That's probably the wrong sound effect, but either way, we're sending in 6 whole damage on what turn is it? Turn 9. Fun. I've been sent the weird champ face. Uh-oh, what's this? Shark Typhoon. That's a blocker. It's gonna die, but it's a blocker. I'll put the picture behind me after this game, cause I gotta focus on this right now. Gotta go big brain to beat the evil blue deck. I'm substantially losing right now, by the way. Like by a huge margin. I am not winning. Ooh, youch. Because it's a blue deck, but I'm playing against a blue deck. Is this one of those our enemy is both strong and weak type things? Sounds like you got fashy. You're a fashy. All I'm saying is it sounds like you might be a fashy. We could play opt. See what we opt into. I mean, that is an Arclight Phoenix. You don't do fashion? Um, do you need to be explained what fascism is? Maybe we should have kept that Arclight Phoenix on top. I don't know. I don't know how to play Magic. So play this and let it be bounced. We probably should just pick up our cards, but I actually kind of like the idea of playing it out. At least we can pay 5 or pay only 2 mana to scry 2. I'm gonna say 5 mana, but we didn't pay all that for Storming Entity. We have so many lands, we just don't care, opponent. 2 mana tax on a non-creature spells. Tax us however much you want. We'll still be able to do something. Not sure what yet, but something. Oh, happened lots of. For real, since when has anyone been like? Me? I actually like a lot of blue decks. It doesn't happen. I do it. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what you're talking about, Hattie. Well, they got Shark Typhoon. We got a whole Stormwing Entity. Yeah. Alright, counter it, opponent. Then we can pick up our cards. Cool. Yeah. let's try to win this next game, and we're definitely putting in Young Pyromancer. This card's really good against them. Oh, I should have probably considered Sprite Dragon for this deck. I'm dumb. Yeah, put it in Mystical Dispute. Gonna go to sleep now? It's only 11. Hello? Your Magic games? Okay, I guess I'll see ya. I'll take out Fiery Temper. And, sleep at 10? Yeah. You gotta rest for what? Can't believe this. Not supporting your friends in their streaming careers. Sleep. Okay. What do I want to take out other than that stuff? Maybe since we're putting in threats, I'll trim 2 Soulscry Mages. And trim like a Wild Slash, since it's generally just pointing to the face or Planeswalkers. I actually still really like Wild Slash, like keeping it in versus Blue-White Control because of how many Planeswalkers they play and rely on. I think this is a hand we're gonna try out, but that I'm not psyched to keep. Probably needs like a strategic planning. But it had threats, and it had somewhat of a game plan, so I'm keeping it. Question is, do we hold Wild Slash so that we can use it to power out Stormwing Entity? I don't know. Just Island doesn't mean all that much, so I think we can just kind of do whatever with our spells. Arclight Phoenix is interesting, but not all that good right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna hold this Wild Slash. We're just gonna point it to the face. I know we're losing our entire turn 2 for this, but I think we need to be able to hold it to play the Stormwing Entity. It's unfortunate if we draw a 1-mana spell, but not much you can do about it. At least they won't have Azorius Charm here. You know for a fact. Alright, cool. So I played correctly. It's always nice to know that. IZZET Charm and Arclight Phoenix seem like they're probably gonna work well together. Let's just attack with Monastery Swift Spear, and then we can play Stormwing Entity post-combat. At least down to 14 already. Oh, what's this? Cycle Shark Typhoon? Hey, that's less Shark Typhoons. That's nice. Things are terrifying, especially when they just like cast one. Like you just never win in the game. I always loved that one card. It was like a mythic from Arclight Phoenix. I don't think I want a Young Pyromancer, we already have enough threats. It's like a mythic from Kaladesh called Metallurgic Summonings, and it sucked, but I loved it anyway. And maybe I should be trying more like Shark Typhoon decks, because Shark Typhoon's actually pretty interesting, or pretty similar to that card. Ooh, that's no Teferi. There's no Teferis in sight. Maybe they might have Negate, but generally don't think they're like bringing it in against us, and that would be the only real instance that they'd have it. Like I think Negate's a sideboard card for them. Let's just bin these Phoenixes and play this tapped and attack with our creatures. I think Young Pyromancer is going to be more of a backup plan, since Supreme Verdict exists and we already have a pretty solid collection of threats here. They seem to be at least a little stuck on white mana though. They might Field of Ruin and get their planes that way. Seems to be what they're doing. We only have mountains. I didn't put any islands in here because we have hardly any blue spells. Hey, they're powering out that treasure cruise that's about to happen. Even if they do like land Supreme Verdict, we still have a backup plan, and that's 2 extra cards in the yard for treasure cruise, which is worth some amount of cards, probably. I don't know. Let's opt. because now we're threatening both to revive Arclight Phoenixes and to just, like, kill them. I'm absolutely fine drawing a Mystical Dispute, because then if they try to act here and, like, say, hey, I'm gonna try to deal with your threats, we say no, and then pump them up too, enough to kill them with. And if they don't deal with them, they're at 2. And we got 2 Arclight Phoenixes in the bin. Pretty much the only thing that could beat us is Rest in Peace, but I don't know why they wouldn't have played that earlier. Like earlier. No. Hopefully this resolves. Alright, we win. Cool. Do we want to change anything? I don't think so. Considering to switch, or switching from Twitch streaming to YouTube streaming. I don't know. Because there seems to be not much of an audience for Pioneer content on Twitch, but just started on YouTube, and a lot of these Arclight Phoenix videos are doing real well. Like, real well. Especially for, like, a new channel. Actually just put an Arclight Phoenix video up there just before this. Yeah, we'll keep this, totally. It's got Mystical Disputes. It's got Monasteries to a Spear. It's on the draw, but that's okay. Irrigated Farmland, go. An interesting sequence from our opponent. Let's shock this in. Do. Monasteries to a Spear. And attack for 1. I love Monasteries to a Spear so much. It's such a cool card, and I love being able to play with it in this deck. Cards we have to worry about next turn are like Azorius Charm. Unless they play like Field of Ruin. And then we don't have to worry about it. So now we do. Although it hitting Monasteries to a Spear isn't the worst. It's not exactly something we want happening though. So I kind of like playing like Crash Through here. And then we can Mystical Dispute if necessary. And Monasteries to a Spear getting bounced by Teferi is like not even that bad. I think we just want to set up to get their life total as low as possible. And then Reza Phoenix, and that's what's going to kill him. I think that's generally the game plan against Azorius. Control. Well, they didn't have the Azorius Charm, and I think they would have almost always used it. Still, just so that our Mystical Disputes don't get turned off, and so that they don't accrue a tempo advantage over us. Gonna Mystical Dispute that Teferi. Gonna have to be real. I think let's play Shivan Reef and Strategic Planning. Crash Through and Monasteries to a Spear are both really good. I don't think we need that many cantrips when we have Strategic Planning though. And we could play that this turn, but I want to play around Supreme Verdict as much as possible, because the card's dumb and stupid and I don't like it. And I also like holding the blue mana for Mystical Dispute. Right. They seem to be holding up mana to interact on our turn. Treasure Cruise is a pretty good draw. And I think let's start off probably with the Strategic Planning. They're obviously signaling like counter spells. And I want to be able to have this Monasteries to a Spear in hand, and then at least some spells, so in case they play something like a 5-mana Teferi, I can start, you know, casting things and doing things to kill it. So let's play Strategic Planning. Just keep this Monasteries to a Spear in the back pocket. Nice. We're playing an Arclight Phoenix deck, which is always a extremely surprising thing. What emote is that? Oh my god, all the haze. They're all assembling. Well, I know we're always taking it as a charm here, though. And that means our game plan for next turn is to, like, treasure cruise with IZZET charm backup and mystical dispute backup. Whoa, that's a lot of haze. How many people are you subbed to? My god. So yeah, I think we just want to keep these other cards up. So let's just chalk in a Steam Vents and attack for 2. A lot? Yeah, sure looks like it. Crap. I have a green screen now, like a real one. Sounds like somebody's coming downstairs. Alright, good night. I'm on my streaming, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Good night. So we could, like, Monastery Swiss Spear. Very large percentage of those are gifted. That's cool. That was just my mom. Yeah, and I think we just treasure cruise and then fight over it as much as possible because we have IZZET charm and mystical dispute. Yeah. Shock this in. Question is, do we want a Monastery Swiss Spear? Because then we get a lot more prowess triggers off of this ensuing counterspell fight. I think we do. The mana works out pretty well, and I think it's actually better in this case than just, like, using Arclight Phoenix. Now we will cast a humble treasure cruise. I merely just want to draw 3 cards, opponent, and please, I would be delighted if you were to let me. Just you know, draw 3 cards. What? They just let it happen? I mean, okay. Let's just make our Swiss Spears bigger? Maybe even draw an Arclight Phoenix? What could they have? Well, we're bottoming that one. Huh. Well, let's keep up our spells. Like, what could this be? Like Azorius charm? Question mark? Even then, they're putting a Monastery Swiss Spear on top. Oh. Yep, get IZZET charmed. We could get mystical disputed, and that would suck. Don't tap that Glacial Fortress. Alright. Now we're just at the mercy of whatever they do next turn. But generally, we're not in that bad of a spot, since we have cantrips in hand, we have a treasure cruise, we have the capability to just get those Arclight Phoenixes out real quick and kill them, and now they are indeed at Arclight Phoenix kill range, but this looks like 5 mana Teferi. Oh! Interesting. Huh. That is perfect there. That's the no, we can still do this. So you see, here's my secret. I keep in 1 lightning axe against blue-white. I always do. There's this one guy at my shop. His name is Maxwell. He plays almost exclusively blue-white control. And I used it to kill his lyre once, and he got real annoyed at me. Well, actually, no, I think he just laughed. But what I'm saying is I always do it, even online, just to remember those fun... I check online. Oh, we have to undo all of these. Dang. So if we draw our singular lightning axe, we can just kill Dream Trawler, or big trolls, as one might say. Alternatively, we can also say they have 6 life and can block one of our Monastery Swiss Spears. So, if we can just like kill them through it, that also works. So if we crash through Wild Slash, I think they're dead. Because Wild Slash brings their effective health, because like only one of these Monastery Swiss Spears matter, and they're effectively at 6 life. So Wild Slash brings them down to effectively 4 life. And then we attack with Monastery Swiss Spear. I think this works, unless they have some way to draw cards without paying mana, which generally I don't think is allowed in Pioneer. I think we outlawed that. Either way, Treasure Cruise is a good Magic card. Yeah, GG's. These were actually really fun. I like that match. Alright, let's play another. And Lydia. Lydia beat us with that stupid Jeskai Yorion deck. Oh my god. Oh wow, this hand is bad. I feel tempted to send her a message saying your deck is bad and you should feel bad. But also that's mean. Ouch. Sure, why not? This? Yeah. We fought Lydia and we lost badly. Oh no. Is this a... Yep. So we're gonna do one of those things where you, have... hardly any cards in hand, which is always nice, because we can just do this, and, I'm not exactly sure I want that elf existing right now. Maybe that's Elfist. I don't know. See, the best part about this deck is you can just mulligan however many times you want. Because, you have Treasure Cruise, and that, like, reverses all those mulligans, right? Well, not right now. Shivan Reef? Go ahead. Alright. This seems to just be, like, mono green planeswalkers. Or, like, Stompy, maybe? Because... I don't think... Okay, well, that's gonna die. But not before it exiles Arclight Phoenix. Could you just let the Phoenix live? Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Yeah, let's pick up our cards. There's a quick shame concede there. I don't know what I was thinking there. Well, it's a mono green Stompy deck. So like these. I'm gonna wait on those blitzes in case they're more low to the ground. Generally, they're just gonna have trampling creatures, so Young Pyromancer doesn't actually help. It's more of a card against red decks. Yeah. Maybe we don't want Fiery Temper? I don't know. No strategic planning. Soulscar Mage is really good against them, usually. Yeah, let's cut like Fiery Temper just because it's one of the worst cards in our deck. Maybe cut a Opt. Seems about right. Yeah, that was a really stupid play I did there. But generally I don't think we were winning that game either, so there's also that. At least we're on the play this time. Sure. We'll keep. Keeping one landers is just it's a hobby of mine. Soulscar Mage, go. We have other lands in our hand, I promise. Genuinely though, this hand is so good that like if we draw another land, the game is so heavily weighted in our favor that I don't mind doing this. What do you mean, Ace? I kept a one lander earlier and won the game. See? Look. I know what I'm doing. Now let's draw Wild Slash and kill the Llanowar Elves. It looked really cool there if I drew Wild Slash. Let's see. Do we want to play another 1-mana spell? I think we do, since we just want to get cards in the yard. No, that should have been a crash through. I need to think about playing the game. Yeah, the charm is pretty good. I mean, it's not like a... Oh wait, no, it didn't need to be a crash through because we're already trampling. And generally they're not going to block because they don't want their Llanowar Elves to die. Let's see what they play next though. But generally we're in a pretty good spot because Soulscar Mage, it's -1/-1 counters. See, I always drew one land in a specific scenario and therefore I'm always right. True! Huh. So I think what we do here is attack with Soulscar Mage. We're about to outsmart our opponent. They're gonna be like, oh wait, no, yeah, that didn't work. Let's Aether Gust Garruk's Harbinger maybe? Of course they wouldn't take the bait. Actually, we're just not that scared of it hitting us, so I think we want a strategic planning afterwards so that we can make sure we hit land drops. It's like, whew, our opponent's they're probably so dumb and they're just gonna block that Soulscar Mage, but then I was like, oh wait, our opponents actually have the capability to be competent. We have a prowess creature in hands. Let's just take Wild Slash, I guess. It's good at putting like -1/-1 counters on things. We just want to draw the other lands. Anyway, don't kappa me, Ace. Alright, there's a forest. Alright, youch. What are we getting? What are they getting? Garruk's Harbinger seems like a really good card. Like, hit your opponent with it once and it's paying off real well. No, don't kappa again. No, don't do it. Oh my god. Can you not, opponent? Like, please? I guess, like, Aether Gust, maybe? Yeah, I think Aether Gust. Just stop existing, Scavenging Ooze. Please. Stop existing. Where did all those go? I don't know. Just stop. At least we have Treasure Crows. Hey. I'm no longer completely upset. I think we could, like, shock in a Steam Vents, kill their Llanowar Elves. We could also point that face, but I think it's better to actually deal with that elf. We're in a pretty okay spot because we can like treasure cruise next turn. Hopefully do some bird things. That'd be cool. Alright, that's a forest. Now, if there's another Scavenging Ooze you're gonna play opponent, I'm going to proceed to bash my head into this table. Bird things? That's at least the hope. Because sometimes I say I want to do bird things, and well, the bird things just don't happen. It's a sad, sad world we live in. Arclight troll. I don't have a clever joke about that card. Just a troll. Sure. Sure. Okay, most decks aren't mainboarding Scavenging Ooze. Let's just Treasure Crows and... Soulscry Mage would have been so good here. Now I just don't think we can even win. Okay, there's... Okay, I think we'll just play Storming Entity. Keep our heads in the game. They generally won't have more removal spells. Generally, hopefully. I don't know. I know we need strategic planning, and I'm not sure if we want Chivalry, so we're gonna put them both in the top this way. Well, we did bird things. I just hate Scavenging Ooze so much. Beat me in the M20, yeah, M21 pre-release too. This person got like a showcase Scavenging Ooze in limited. Oh wait, Ace, did I show you the green screen that we now have? It's like green and stuff. Got it set up just earlier. I guess I'm just letting the damage through. Because if the Storming Entity dies, I don't think I can win the game. Sure. A green screen that is green. Hey, some green screens are of other colors. Gotta be inclusive, Ace. Now let's just deal with all their creatures. Alright. Huh. This might be a little difficult to do. Only we had Soulscar Mage, because then we could like Blazing Volley and do fun things with that. It died to Primal Might. Ugh. I don't think we're casting Treasure Cruise this turn, so I'm not sure strategic planning is the play. I think we might just want to like crash through. Because I know we want Storming Entity as a blocker. We are probably just wanting to draw like another Lightning Axe, because IZZET Charm won't work against anything. Yeah, we need specifically Lightning Axe off of Crash through to win. And otherwise we're just dead. No, I just liked the icon. I thought it was cool art. If you have better art, then you could send it to me. I could do like Lyra. That'd be cool. It's like, haha, Lyra Dawnbringer. But I don't know, I really like that Thalia art now. Yeah, we're dead. Nice. Let's go into the next match. Yeah, this deck probably isn't actually that good. The 2 wins that we got were 2-1s. So that's usually not the best sign. Well, at least we're on the play. And yeah, we're keeping this. A sub badge after Phoenix or something? I mean, that'd be cool. I just don't identify with Lyra too much. I mean, it's a cool card, but it doesn't look like me at all. I don't know. Swamp. Oh, don't fatal push my creature. Whatever, we have Arclight Phoenixes. Somewhere. Soulscar Mage is pretty good. Wonder what this is that they're playing. Some blue-black deck. Okay. Is this inverterless inverter or something? In that case, it's a control deck, and we're gonna need Arclight Phoenix pretty bad. I take IZZET Charm, interesting. Means they're probably holding removal for Soulscry Mage. I mean, we need to get them to use it, and at least now we have IZZET Charm to hopefully be able to counter it. Okay, Opt is fine. Let's see what they do next. Because if they Fatal Push right now, then we can't use IZZET Charm. That's kind of lame. What are they gonna do next? Because yeah, I remember I was looking through like Goldfish results. Yeah, we're gonna around them having like Fatal Push or something. Just do this. Ooh, Wild Slash you. Go to combat. Back you a Soulscry Mage. Yeah, there's probably a Wizards deck that I also want to try out. It'll use like some other cool cards. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And I don't think there's any like 1-mana counter spells, so we can just jam Stormwing Entity. Put some good pressure on the opponent. Because this is a 3/3, which is really nice. And it's also let us put 2 cards that we're just never going to care about on the bottom. I am worried about the fact that we're not seeing Arclight Phoenixes. Thing in the ice, that's our card, opponent. Anyway, we are really worried about that flipping. Wait, is this Kazu? This is a deck he talked about. There's like somebody named Kazu on the Arclight Phoenix Discord that talks about this deck a lot that he plays. Let's go to combat. We're kind of in a bad situation here because they block Monasteries to Spear. Okay, so it looks like they don't block. I think we just Wild Slash their face. Cycle Sensor? Nice. Yeah, Kazu talks about this deck that he plays a ton, and seems a lot like what our opponent's playing a ton right now. I'll ping him and ask what his MTGO name is. Alright, that sucks. They're still at 6. Soulscry Mage is real good. Let's play it. Attack with Monasteries to Spear. Ahaha. You've fallen into my trap, opponent. IZZET Charm your thing in the ice? Kill it. I'm not sure what sweepers exist in black. There's Cry of the Carnarium, but that's like it, I think. Take Through Time is okay, I guess. If it grabs like double Fatal Push, that'll be annoying. Play Islands. Pass the turn. Interesting. Okay, let's make them use their mana, and then we can cast Treasure Cruise. At least hopefully they'll use their mana. Petty Theft. Okay. Do. Draw 3 cards? I could play Miscast. That'd be pretty funny. Spell Pierce, maybe? Neither of those. It seems our opponent has. Alright, now if they have like another thing in the ace, we got Lightning Axe. They need double removal spell to deal with their things. Brazen Borrower can't even block both of them. I mean, pretty sure we're in an okay spot. At the very least okay. Maybe even great. Oh. I mean, that's annoying, but we can deal with it. I think we exile Lightning Axe. Possibly? Maybe? Probably? So if my calculations are correct, I think maybe we're gonna opt. Get a prowess trigger. Maybe even scry one, draw a card. And then fiery temper their face. And I'm still trying to check things, but I think maybe, just maybe, they're dead. Cool. I'm gonna ping Kazu now and see if this is them. Yeah, Pog indeed. Let's bring in for Mystical Dispute. I think Young Pyromancer is worse against this deck than it is against, like, blue-white. So, let's bring out 2 Lightning Axes. Any matchups you would side Phoenix out? I'm just curious. Almost none. Yeah, almost none. Maybe in some where we have to be faster and Arclight Phoenix never matters, but I don't think any of those matchups exist. Those would mostly be like combo matchups, but no combo decks are fast enough to where we don't want Phoenix. Maybe Lotus, that is it, probably. Interim strategic planning. Because there's so many other ways to augment the deck to be slightly faster with the probably not with the board that we have. Oh yeah, easy keep. Usually you want 2 threats against a control deck, but this has 2 threats, or this has a threat and protection for it, which is pretty good. And they didn't even play a swamp turn 1, so they can't fatal push. I still need to find out if the deck's actually good or not. That's a big thing. Because I'm starting to get the suspicion that maybe it's like really explosive and then like hardly ever is able to actually lean on Arclight Phoenix, but I don't know. I need to actually test a bit to figure that kind of stuff out. I think we're just gonna try to protect Monasteries with Spear as much as possible. Use IZZET Charm to counter removal spells. Right? Now, after combat has went through, I think we have a major question of, like, do we trust that we're going to hit Arclight Phoenix off of strategic planning, since I think generally the best, like, hate that their kind of deck is going to play is something like Leyline of the Void, and I think the, like, deadline for that is already passed, so I think I'm going to strategic planning and just trust I hit an Arclight Phoenix, and even if I don't, there are other threats in my deck. I guess my thought process by playing this. We have plenty of lands, and we have IZZET Charm in hand. I think Fiery Temper is pretty good. Doesn't, sorry, kill creatures, but, or no, it does kill creatures, they just don't have any, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, we'll gladly put that on top. Then it can't be dealt with by other removal spells. Don't think Aether Gust is particularly, like, good against us. Unless we've already done some things. Alright, that's gonna die. Like, as soon as possible. Did they grab any? Oh, they grabbed a bird with that. Oh, and now we can't use Monasteries with Spear because they exiled it. Okay. it wasn't safe on top of our deck after all. Yikes, let's just pass the turn. I mean, their deck is cool. Oh, Gyre Reach? It's the one that has the funny Narset combo, where you can lock your opponent out of having cards in their hands. Crackers? He's not in the deck. I regret to inform you that there are no crackers to be seen in this deck. Anyway, we need to stop this Ashiok from doing things, so we're gonna kill it on their end step. Let's just crash through. We're hungry. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. We're hungry and we have no crackers. What happened to your sub emote? Your sub icon, whatever. Like, just discard opt. Did you, like, unsub or something? Because I'm not seeing it, and if you see my chat here, let's see, I can... It happens sometimes on Twitch. Oh, it just goes away? That's weird. It goes away for one message. Yeah, no, that's super weird. At least we can just approximate a control deck here. Opt. Yeah, Soul Scrap Mage is pretty good. Even if, like, because it just tests, like, hey, do you have removal opponent? Even if they do, we have at least a little bit of protection from said removal. Eventually, we'll be in a spot where we can just start doing Arclight Phoenix things. Hopefully. That's the goal, at least. Love those Theros, or Theros basics. I want to grab those on Magic Online sometime. I hear some shuffling around down here. Ooh. I think we just let that resolve. We could double Mystical Dispute it, but not sure how much I want to do that rather than just counter what else, the other things that they're going to play. Right. I guess that resolves. I mean, we have ways to deal with that, right? I think we'll cycle IZZET Charm. Okay. There's an Arclight Phoenix in the yard. We just don't have any actual cantrips. Yeah, I guess that happens. It's not a blue spell, so we can't do anything about that. Oh, cool. We can hard cast this. I should have placed team vents. I would have been able to... Oh my god. Yep, that was a pretty big punt. No, we won't. Likely just gonna lose this game, since Thing in the Ice is gonna flip soon. We were able to have that Storming Entity, that might have helped. Okay, opt. Actually, it doesn't seem like it would have mattered, actually, because they're gonna opt, and then just do any other thing. Then Thing in the Ice flips. Yep. Alright, they Gyre Reach. Oh, cool. Mystical Dispute. Always wanted one of those. Oh, cool, we can't, yeah, let's pick up our cards. Even Treasure Cruise can't save us there. Alright, we can only get the 3-2 if we win this next game, so we've got to do it. Anyway, I don't think we want to make any alterations. I'm pretty happy with what we have. Let's hope we can get the 3-2, or else our deck is just actually really bad. Oh, the stream's just been doing terrible recently. I'm just not getting any actual views. Generally people who come visit stay around, but I've been looking at analytics and hardly anybody's showing up. It's weird. I have been streaming earlier than I usually am, but now I'm actually at one of my later times. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, keep. The only thing this substantially loses against is like turn 1 fatal push. But YouTube's doing great. I've started that and I'm getting a pretty substantial amount of views on that, so I'm happy with that. Yikes. Looks like fatal push to me. That looks like a counter spell to me. We're just gonna pass. Huh. I want to put the YouTube channel in the channel description. That's probably smart. I should do that. Do we want to opt? I don't think so. It's mountain. Now we will opt. Get our prowess trigger. No, I don't think we want that. It's actually really good against their deck. It's a discard outlet, and it has an actual okay amount of targets, because I expect they're playing some like Sharknado. They have Fatal Push, they're hesitant to use it. I don't know what for, so I'm gonna assume that they don't have it. Maybe they're waiting for us to not hold up mana to counter it. So with that kind of a thing, I think we are gonna want a Mystical Dispute. Just because Soulscar Mage doesn't actually have haste. Maybe I'm just opening myself up to further removal. Legion's Hand card. A card traumatized Ryan over to our fun stream. I was hanging out there and hit like 2 Soulscar Mages that were in his hand. So let's strategic planning. Yikes, we're just not hitting these Arclight Phoenixes. I think opt, maybe? Yeah, I'm starting to miss Tome Scour a lot. We don't actually have a discard outlet we can use, so I think I'm just gonna pass, because I was thinking like maybe I could opt, and then if I get a Phoenix off of that, then I could discard it and bring it back later, but it's not gonna be the case here. I mean, we have to IZZET Charm that, right? That turning off Treasure Cruise is like that gets rid of one of our major outs. If they have Mystical Dispute, then I guess that sucks, but yikes. That feels pretty bad. At least no Phoenixes are gone off of that, but Helps at least a little bit. Not with the actual game state, but more just my mental state. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Means we don't immediately kill Ashiok, which is annoying, but should help in the future. Gonna force them to cash in that Ashiok if they want to use it. Alright. Hey, still no birds have been exiled. That's good. But I do suspect they're gonna have counter spells in hand, so it's gonna be harder to actually resolve our things. I'm not completely upset, just playing this Arclight Phoenix. They counter it's in the graveyard for later. If they have more graveyard hate, there's nothing we can really do about it. It is a threat that's going to start beating down. Yeah, that's fine. They could trade Brazen Bar with a Arclight Phoenix. That seems to be what they're doing. They're just, I guess, trusting that we won't be able to bring it back soon, or maybe they're putting it in the graveyard so that they can hit it with like Ashiok. I don't know. Yeah, let's pass turn. We're not exactly constrained on mana, and we're playing like this where we're holding Monasteries, so Spear makes it so that it dodges sorcery speed removal, which is pretty good. That's gonna die. We're gonna kill that. That is not going to stay alive. If we can help it at all. Okay, cool. That helps, I guess. Maybe. They could have like negate or something in hand. But yeah, that card is really, really good against us. Okay. They make a zombie. At the very least, we can just kill the zombie. Or no, 3 damage to their face is more important. And it's actually like having a Lightning Axe target if I need it. Now I just need maybe like Treasure Cruise? I guess that's okay here. I think it's who draws their Delve spell first could matter a lot here. It's not all that good. Yikes. No, I've been missing Tome Scour, and Finalia promised a lot here. It's felt a lot harder to actually hit my phoenixes. I mean, we just play it. This is a above average draw, I think. This is a 4-turn clock, which hopefully means something. Okay, well, now it's not a clock at all. But they have no cards in hands. That helps a little bit. They have 1 now. This top deck war is tense. Can confirm bird is not a clock. Well, it's not a clock when it's dead. Nothing is. It's generally how that works. Hug! These mystical disputes just suck here. At least we're able to double mystical dispute something. I guess that matters. I mean, it'll help on our turn. And it is lightning axe fodder. Okay. Clocks are not alive. Wow. 1, 2. This costs 6. We can't even pay for this without exiling an Arclight Phoenix. We need a strategic planning, like, right now. Strategic planning puts like 3 cards in the yard. Because count itself. That's how that works. Opponent actually has us on a little bit of a clock, which sucks, but we're gonna keep pressing on. This thing in the ice? Is this just... Oh no. I don't know what it could be. Dig through time? Huh, okay. I guess we could have double mystical disputed that, but I feel like we really need to use that to protect our own like treasure cruise and do stuff like that. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Ace. You're very helpful. Well, we're never winning if that resolves. So we'll dispute. Okay. I'm waiting for what you're gonna say next, Ace. I'm eagerly anticipating this next message. Now we just need to resolve treasure cruise. Not draw a treasure cruise deck. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's hope they don't have mystical dispute. If they do, that kind of sucks. But I don't think I can. Okay, that helps. Mountain, go ahead. At least we know they don't have counter magic. Or they most likely don't have counter magic. Something of that nature. Okay. This is immensely helpful. This just, yeah, this card just does so much here. Okay. Okay. Treasure Cruise? Crash, or not Treasure Cruise, Crash Throw. Okay. Cast IZZET Charm. Draw 2, discard 2. That, we could like play Monastery Swiss Spear, do some nonsense with that. I don't think we want Lightning Axe anymore. Yeah, I don't think we do. It could have been a huge mistake. Maybe that should have been Mystical Dispute. Maybe. So, there's currently 3 Phoenixes in the yard. We Monastery Swiss Spear, then Crash Through. That's not lethal. I think keeping up Mystical Dispute is slightly better. I do think we've cast enough spells to bring back birds. Yeah. You'd have pitched the Dispute. Yeah, that probably would have been good. They have 8 mana. Yep. So I definitely agree now. I just wonder what they could have. Because at least we have the backup plan of Monastery Swiss Spear. Technically, it can do something. Hey, they're at 3. They're at 3. This is good. Go ahead. I wonder what they could have here. That's pretty good. At least it gets rid of their zombie. Leaves them with only 4 mana open. We still have a Phoenix in the deck and a Monastery Swiss Spear in hand with a Mystical Dispute as protection. A Narset. Is that gonna matter, I wonder? Because we need Monastery Swiss Spear, and then we can just cast our cards and not draw cards off of, or not draw anything off him. You have Cling to Dust? That's cool, opponent. Settle the Wreckage? Oh yeah, I'd be absolutely fine if they had Settle the Wreckage. Screw you, opponent. It's bird time. Bird up. Alright. GG's. Maybe that was preemptive. But they have a blue mana, so there's also that. Bird indeed go bonk, and I think that's the moral of the story. Let's crack open a treasure chest for fun, and I think I'm gonna end the stream and also the video. So crack open a chest. Okay, we got 5 whole play points, Spiteful Visions, and Void Stalker. Yeah, of course. Let's check the price on these and see if I hit it big or if this wasn't the best thing. Spiteful Visions. It's worth 0.02. Alright. Void Stalker is worth 0.02. Let's go. Alright. See ya, everybody.